Hello, my name is Brian Batt, and I'm going to use a speech outline to talk about a speech. It's titled The BCS is BS, Why College Football Needs a Playoff. Bear Bryant, longtime coach of the University of Alabama, once said that a tie is like kissing your sister. And after a college football season is over, there are few people in the media or the fan base that can ever agree that the team crowned as the BCS champion is truly the best team in the nation. So the only way to determine who the best team in the nation is to let them play football. The best team in the nation shouldn't be determined by a media poll or a computer. Division I NCAA football is the only division of college football that relies on a computer or a media poll to determine who plays for the national championship. Every other division of NCAA football has a playoff system. And in 2003, there were three legitimate teams that each had only one loss during the regular season. In 2004, there were three more legitimate teams that each had an undefeated season. So with the BCS system, you just plain get too many controversies. So what do we do to create some type of playoff system? I believe that you need to use the current BCS system to determine the top 16 teams in the nation. But then you get into the controversy of the BCS conferences. So what we'll do with the BCS conference champions is that they will automatically be invited to the 16-team playoff. The rest of the field will be selected among the top 16 teams in the final BCS ranking. If a conference champion is not in the final top 16 of the BCS rankings, the number 16 team will not be invited. In cases where there is more than one conference champion not in the final top 16 rankings, the team ranked at the bottom of the BCS standings will not be invited to the tournament. So what do we do to get rid of we need to do something to get rid or to make room for a playoff system. So what we'll have to do is get rid of the non-conference schedule that most teams play. And most teams play 4 non-conference games in a year. So a 16-team playoff system would require 4 games to determine the national champion. So instead of playing 4 non-conference games, you'll have a 4-game national championship tournament. So according to the BCS formula, strength of schedule is no longer really a factor. Of the top 13 BCS teams from 2007, the team with the toughest schedule in the nation was Missouri, with the 37th toughest schedule in the nation. Therefore, non-conference games don't really have an impact on the BCS rankings, so you might as well just throw them out because they are what they are. They're just preseason games for everybody. Second point, everyone else has a playoff system, some type of playoff system. So what makes Division I football so special? The NFL, the Major League Baseball, NHL, NCAA baseball and basketball, Division II and Division III NCAA football all have a playoff or some type of tournament system. So it's hard to deny the ratings for the BCS system since it was introduced in the 1998 season. But let's be realistic, they could be better. The 2006 BCS Championship had a 21.7 Nielsen rating. In comparison, the 2007 Super Bowl had about a 36 Nielsen rating. So you got a 15-point rating difference between the BCS Championship and the Super Bowl. So does the drama that exists with a defined playoff system like the NFL lead to better ratings? Or is there a benefit to basically having a regular season that acts like a playoff system, essentially one loss and you're out of the picture? So point number 3 is that there are too many controversies associated with the current BCS system. If there are more than 2 undefeated teams, there's automatically a controversy. This happened at least twice since the BCS was introduced. So what happens if there is not a single team that is undefeated like in 2008? A 2-loss LSU team was invited to the national championship game and won the title. This proves that any team has the ability to step up and win when everything is on the line. So in conclusion, there's no doubt that the playoff system would benefit college football. However, most people will agree that the BCS system is the best system that college football has ever had. Regardless, I believe that a hybrid system that utilizes the BCS formula to determine the top 16 teams is the best solution. So in 2007, the Michigan Wolverines played a Division II team and lost. Most experts claim that this is the biggest upset in college football. Thus, this proves that there is actually no way to guess who will win a game until they actually play each other. And not only does the NFL and other professional sports utilize a playoff system, but also the second and third divisions of NCAA football use a playoff system. So what makes Division I football just so stuck in tradition, so stuck in the old ways? And it's not fair to exclude a team from a chance at a national title due to natural favoritism of voters or the number crunching abilities of a computer. Thus, how many upsets will need to take place in Division I football before the powers to be realize that a playoff system will put a stop to all the controversies? Now, Division I football is one of the most exciting sports to watch in the world. However, the postseason is a month-long drought of uninteresting matchups determined by conference ranking and people trying to make the case as to why their team was picked by a computer to play in the national championship game. It's a letdown for the fans, the coaches, and the players. If a tie is like kissing your sister, then what is it like to share a national championship?